So one of the big things, I put you next to Serena here. And one of the biggest things, just kind of wanted to go through a little, like little pointers as we go through.
Yep.
So that you can see the comparison right from the beginning.
Yep.
Okay. So you get to this position, right? And then from here, this is the biggest difference is right from the beginning. Is Serena goes,
drops her racket
all the way down, and she has an extreme on her wrist, but I mean it is very low to comparison to where the ball is, and you tend to come straight. Right now, once you actually get to contact, because you're coming through this way, and she's coming through up to the ball.
Right.
But once you actually get to contact, your contact point is very similar.
Yep.
And then from here, the extension, how she comes up through the ball, as you can see, like it's pointing out the same way that we talked about.
Right.
And then coming up, where you, because you're coming straight through, your path is straighter, and then it's coming across your body for the finish rather than, you know, all the way up. So when you, right after you hit the ball, it's turning sideways, kind of like the forehand was too. And then the finish up and the finish up is good. Her position here, you know, I mean, she's going this path up where you're coming this path. So what I really want to work on is this drop and this swing path coming up. So it's that same, you have that wall coming up through this way.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Okay, yeah.
Okay, so as you can see, this is the difference, is that when because she's starting below the ball, she can have this path going upwards to where it's the same thing after contact. So she's forward, 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 forward. See how the racket's still forward and it's going up.
Right.
Where, because yours is straighter, it's here and then it comes straight to the side.
Yeah, okay.
Do you see that difference?
Yeah.
And so your path is here, and it's still coming around, it's just not as vertical, so you're not getting that distance. Let's see if my lines are any better than Kevin's. Probably not. You know what I mean? So that distance compared to where yours is, you know, to here. And you do get it up, but look at the difference in, it's down by her knee. Yours is to your hip. So that is a lot shorter distance. So that means the ball's going to be a lot flatter coming over the net. All right, so let's go a little closer and let's do some shadow swings and just kind of start at slow progressions here. Yeah, just right up here is fine. Yeah, and so I just really want to emphasize the starting back here. So let's just start from the low position, okay? From the turned low position. That's really where I want you to start. And then from there, let's work on the shadow. Okay? So to contact.
Here.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then, yes.
Okay. So I'm here.
To contact. Yeah. And you don't have to reach, like, you know, I don't need you to be, do it again. Come up to contact, and then, Okay, so let's see. Last couple here. So you can see definitely, because you're starting down. Now let's look at the path of the swing. Do you see the difference in the path?
Yeah.
And that's what we're looking for. That's really good, because once you hit, you have a couple frames where your racket's still on that path, and it's vertical now. Now you're getting, I mean, look at the difference here. Now, down to there, and you're coming all the way up to almost off the screen. Now you're down by your knees. Same. All right, so let's do 2 shadows, and then Ian's gonna, and then I'm gonna have Ian drop a ball. Good.
Another one?
Good. Now he's going to drop a ball, same thing. Good. Let's do it again, 2 shadows. Nice. One drop. Okay, let's look at it.
It's everything.
Okay, sweet, thanks. Okay, let's look at it. This is like the 3rd one. So let's go over the key markers here, right? Yep, you're down here, correct? You're getting the racket down below the ball. You're coming up to contact, which is good, right? And let's see if you're coming, yep, frame, 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 frame. Yep, and up.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yep.
That's really what I'm looking for is, are you starting in the right spot?
Right.
Are you coming up to the ball? Do you have a couple frames pointing forward? And then up, finish.
Okay.
All right, let's move back a little bit, and I'm gonna have Ian drop it back here, the same thing, but just wanna give you a little bit more distance. So same speed though, I don't wanna speed it up or anything. Good. Don't worry about where it's going. I see you looking over there.
No, I don't know.
Good. Below the ball, come up to it. Good. Up to the ball. Yes.
That's nice, Nina.
What'd you think?
Yeah, feels all right.
Doesn't feel too weird.
No.
Yeah. Yeah, that's really good.
Yeah, okay. Yep.
Do you see the difference? That was, I think that was the one that had the most spin too, the heavier. So it's here, frame, frame, stays forward, and then comes up.
Yeah, okay.
Make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna have Ian go to the other side. All right, let's scoot back just a little bit. Yeah, right there, it's perfect. All right, let's do 3 shadow swings here, and then I'm gonna have him feed you 2 balls. Okay? Good. Always thinking about coming up to that contact point. Good. Nice. It's a lot better.
Okay.
Do you see the difference in where your racket is now?
Yeah. Yep.
Now, the drop. Now you're both getting in that same.
Hers is
See
drop
that?
more now.
But that's okay. Remember I told you hers is an extreme right wrist?
Okay.
Don't do that.
Don't do that.
That's like my pet peeve with
Okay.
Serena's backhand.
All right.
It
Okay.
drives me nuts with that.
Yeah.
But because you're going to see a lot of other people, very few people really drop the wrist
Yeah.
that much. But it is down. As long as, I mean, the goal is that your racket head is below your wrist.
Yep.
Okay? And her racket head is below her wrist.
Yeah.
Before, your racket head
Like
and your
even.
wrist were even.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the difference.
Okay.
Okay, so it doesn't, I don't care if it's, you know, all the way down or as long as it's below the ball
Yeah.
and you're coming up to meet the ball. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Okay. Coming up to contact. You can see that motion now. Up to contact. And frame, frame, frame. Now you're getting in that same
Yep.
position. Do you see the
Yeah.
difference? And now around.
Yep.
Huge difference
Okay.
in the way now that your swing path is also now doing this that we talked about,
Yeah.
rather than, you remember how it was just like right in here?
Yeah.
It's the
yeah.
same thing with hers now. You're
Yeah.
doing that same motion.
Okay.
Good. Okay, let's move you back to the baseline here. Let's do the same pattern, 2 shadows, 4 swings. Nice. Nice, Nina. Up to contact. Good. Let's look at a couple of these, and then I'm going to have him, I think, just feed you a bunch in a row so you can kind of get in the groove. You're doing a really good job coming up to contact.
Okay.
And now that path is a lot. Even on a high ball, you're doing a good job coming up to contact.
Yeah.
It's good. It's really good. Okay, so I'm going to have Ian feed you some higher ones now.
Okay.
Okay, so I don't want you to like run all the way back here, but I want you to actually still work on when the ball is up in this chest area to really get the swing path to still go up. Okay, so that you're not coming down on any of the balls that are high. Coming up to meet the ball. Nice. That was good release, nice and smooth. Overall, it was really good. There was probably only 2 or 3 that were really tight. You did a good job of still, and that's the biggest thing, right, is coming still this motion up to the ball.
Right.
And you did a good job of not going sideways.
Okay.
Like it's still going out, 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 frame, frame, frame. Okay. And that's really good. And that's really what I wanted to focus on was, are you going to come up to the ball and is it going to go across your body or are you going to continue to go up? And that's what I was looking for on the high ones, because some people have a tendency to, once you can still come up on the high ones, but then you start coming across your body again, since that's what you were used to doing before. But you're doing a really good job. And that's what I wanted to make sure on the high ball, that you could execute that as well. Good. Up. Nice. Good job. So just to kind of go back to where our points were here, just so you can kind of see. This is actually a ball this high. Let's go back to this one. So you can now look at the different, I mean, it's almost identical.
Yeah.
In the way that the ball is here. I mean, the racket is below the wrist, right?
Yeah.
And that's a huge difference from where you were before. Now you're coming up to meet the ball, up to meet the ball. I mean, that's almost identical, as you can see. This movement here, this movement here. And now that's resulting in your racket now, forward, 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 forward.
Yeah.
Same, right? You can see.
Right.
And then from here, you're going up. And that was the difference, right?
Yeah.
So you can see, I went a little further, but you can see that your racket's pointing this way and not pointing sideways, you know, coming around that way. And then the finish.
Yeah. Just like Serena.
It's just, I mean, it's just like Serena. It's really good. It's a good job. All right, get you a quick drink. It's really good.